Hi, everybody. This is the football hunt. The amazing, spectacular, terrific, the great one, the people's champion, your host, Art, and welcome back to the football hunt. Hope you like this video and subscribe. We're going to talk about Colorado football. The Buffaloes lost a terrible game on Friday to Stanford. And what made it terrible was the fact that the Buffaloes had a 29-0 lead going into the half. And Deion Sanders is basically the coach. He is beside himself. So I'm going to read you from SI.com. Headline: Colorado's Deion Sanders truly disturbed by loss to Stanford. Colorado blew a 29-point halftime lead in stunning fashion Friday night, ultimately losing 46-43 in double overtime to visit Stanford. The game marked the Buffalo's third loss in 4 games and the first time under Deion Sanders that Colorado was on the wrong end of a major upset, as the Cardinals entered with a 1-4 record as a 13-point underdog. The result marked the biggest blown lead in Colorado school history and the largest halftime comeback in Pac-12 history. After the game, Sanders bluntly explained that he was frustrated by the outcome and the blown lead. Quote, "I'm truly upset. I'm truly disturbed," Sanders told reporters afterward. Colorado scored 2 touchdowns each in the first and second quarters, and it seemed as if the Buffaloes were going to roll to an easy victory. Instead, Stanford outscored the Buffs 36-7 in the second half before kicking the winning field goal. "We started off the game wonderfully," he said, "finally put it together in the first half like we desired. You surrendered 3 touchdowns unanswered, close to it, which I can't fathom it right now. Still trying to wrap my head around it." After halftime, the Cardinals opened the second half with 26 unanswered points to get back into the game. Later in the second overtime, Colorado quarterback Deion Sanders was intercepted in the end zone, allowing Stanford to end the game with a field goal. Sanders explained that he felt his team was too relaxed at halftime, and he was concerned that they were going to come out flat. However, he still was perplexed about how the Buffs could blow such a large lead. Quote, I felt complacency going into the half because we stalled offensively. We gave up some yardage. I just didn't like how I felt going in at halftime. We come back and here comes the complacency. Here comes the team that I can't stand, that you can't stand, that you can't understand how that happens to us. Well, this was not a good situation, I'll tell you that. From USAToday.com, headline: Deion Sanders truly disturbed by Colorado's shocking collapse against Stanford. Colorado football coach Deion Sanders has never seen anything quite like this. Buffaloes lost against Stanford Friday night in double overtime, 46-43. But the way they lost shocked him much more than the final result. After they building a 29-0 lead at halftime, they collapsed and allowed Stanford to score in every single possession they had after it was terrible. That they had after halftime in front of a sold-out crowd at Folsom Field. Now the PA system, believe it or not, they were warned by the referees that if they didn't turn down some of the music during the game, that Colorado was going to get a penalty. I've never seen anything like that. It was crazy. That's 8 Stanford scores and 8 Stanford possessions, starting with 5 straight touchdown drives to open the second half, and then a 31-yard field goal to win the game in the second overtime. Quote, "This is a little tough for me. I'm trying my best, and I thank you all for your patience," he said afterwards. "And I thank you all for your heart, because this is really tough for me," Sanders, I guess, said. What else did he say? Well, it's funny you should ask. He said he was truly upset, truly disturbed by what he saw, but also saw it coming. After scoring touchdowns in each of their first 4 possessions to start the game, he sensed his team had gotten complacent. He was right. And now the Buffaloes 4-3 enter a bye week with 5 games left in the regular season. They need 2 more wins to become eligible for a postseason bowl game and might have a difficult time getting there after starting the season amid much national fanfare at 3-0. "I'm going to try my best to stay composed and do the best of my ability to handle this press conference because you deserve my best," he told reporters, "and I'm going to try my best to give it to you. We started out the game wonderfully and finally put it together in the first half like I desired." Sanders then asked the question, 29-0, I believe the score was. Am I correct? That's correct. That's right. The first half score seemed like ancient history after what came next. It's also part of a new trivia question. Was the biggest comeback win in Stanford history and the largest blown lead in Colorado history? The answer was what happened Friday on a chilly autumn night at the foot of the Rocky Mountains. Stanford kept fighting at 2-5, and Colorado kept screwing up. The Buffaloes finished with 17 penalties for 127 yards, including recurrent substitution lines and issues on defense. Even Sanders' quarterback son Shador blundered at the end. He goofed when he threw an interception to finish Colorado's second overtime drive on 3rd and goal from the 2-yard line. Stanford then ran 3 plays before kicker Joshua Carty kicked the game winner. Quote, "That was just a dumb play," Shador Sanders said. "I just threw it up." And threw up, too. I mean, his father threw up in his hat, to be honest with you. He's beside himself. Well, you let me know what you think about this video. You need to subscribe to this channel. We'll follow what's going on with Deion Sanders and with the Buffaloes. So hit that subscribe button so you can find out everything that's going on, especially after these games. So thank you for watching. I'll see you later.